Are you sleeping on Blue Eye Samurai? If you were to cross Kill Bill with John Wick and set the story in Edo period Japan, you would get the adult animation series Blue Eye Samurai. The story follows Mizu, a half-white, half-Japanese bastard ronin with crazy fighting skills on a quest of vengeance to kill 4 white men. Mizu also hides the reality of her gender, which is understandable both as a samurai, but also given her origins. Taken in and raised by a blind swordmaker, Mizu is able to construct a nearly indestructible blade made from a meteorite composed of unusual metal, which she combines with her formidable skills to make her nearly unbeatable. The story is complex, as are its characters. Mizu, much like John Wick and similar characters, manages to be sympathetic and someone you root for, yet does very little, if anything, to evoke sympathy. She is smart and resourceful. She is brutally efficient and ruthless. But what the story gives her is room to grow and evolve. Mizu is an excellent anti-hero. This voice cast is a magnificent assembly of familiar names and almost entirely Asian. The only obvious outlier would be Kenneth Branagh as Fowler, who is probably the best of the cast. But honestly, this cast is some of the best voice acting I've ever heard in an animation. To praise everyone individually would take forever, but in addition to Branagh, I have to give props to Maya Erskine as Mizu, who gives a very nuanced vocal performance. And I was really surprised with how good Darren Barnett was when the last thing I saw him in was Never Have I Ever as Paxton Hall Yoshida. The creative team, primarily Jane Wu, deserves even more credit in making sure that authentic period-appropriate Japanese imagery appears on screen in the fashion, architecture, and in the action. Wu, being a martial artist herself, wanted to ensure that all of the action was authentic and believable. Even beyond that, she made sure that non-combat scenes contained realistic movement and mannerisms. Blue Eye Samurai is 8 solid episodes filled with beautifully animated sex and violence, drama, and political intrigue. If you are a fan of action, animation, martial arts, and good storytelling, there's something here for you to binge.